Hi, I'm Suzanne, a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Canada. Welcome to another paper pumpkin alternative video on my blog and YouTube channel. If you are a present customer of mine and are watching this video, you might be considering the paper pumpkin kit. Please find the link below to see the perks I offer my subscribers. Or, if you don't have a demonstrator and live in Canada, I would love to earn your business. So please check the link below for more information. If you are already a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, please enjoy these alternatives as an inspiration to further stretch your kit. For my first card today, I have the Calypso Coral laser cut card here, and I am using a little bit of Tombow in my silicone mat, and just with my finger, I'm going to be spreading the glue around the most intricate parts and the edges of the circle. I have my heat tool here, and I'm going to dry this because once Tombow is dry, it becomes repositionable. Now I have a piece of thick Whisper White as my card base, and I've taped it down to my work surface with some painter's tape, and I am very carefully and very slowly sponging on the Berry Burst color that actually comes in the kit. I'm just using a larger pad for ease for this video, and I come in with a second color, Flirty Flamingo. I like the two mixed together. The Flirty Flamingo just adds like a light touch of orange to that Berry Burst. So again, you can see how well the Tombow actually stuck, and I just didn't want to tear it up because I want to use it again. So I'm just gently lifting it with a palette knife. All right, so I've changed the direction of my circle here. So basically this is a stencil. And I am actually starting off with the Flirty Flamingo color first, and then I go in and finish it up with Berry Burst. I'm trying to leave some variations in color just for interest. And again, it's very delicate, so you have to sponge careful, but it actually does work. And then I did a third circle with the two colors, of course. And yeah, it turned out really nice, better than I actually anticipated. So once all of that was lifted up, I was happy to move on to the sentiment. This is a banner that came in the kit. I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink just because I happen to like black sentiments. So that's an addition. It didn't come in the kit, but it's my preference. So I cut a little strip of the Dazzling Diamonds. Yes, that came in the kit. And then the 3M tape, I had a real heck of a time trying to remove it from its plastic sheet. So I just cut it down. So it actually is really sticky adhesive. But, and it's probably for the fact that you need to use it for the Dazzling Diamonds glitter paper. But I had a hard time removing it. So I'm just putting that sentiment with a little bit of Dazzling Diamonds underneath it. And then this time I actually managed to lift it up, and then I thought, what if I put it on wrong on the ribbon? So I ended up putting it on the back side of the sentiment and removing the release paper, and then I'm going to adhere it to this ribbon. And I gotta say, this ribbon, it's Berry Burst, and I'm not exactly sure what type of ribbon it is, but it ties bows fantastically. Like, so forgiving. It's really light and airy. It's very nice ribbon. I know we have something similar in the catalog. You gotta get some. I gotta get some. All right, so I put dimensional adhesive on the back of this sentiment, and when I figure out the placement, I will plunk it down and then trim off the excess. Now, I put some Wink of Stella over my my circles, my stenciled circles, and to me it was a little plain. And I was like, what else can I do? Then I added some bling. And I'm like, yep, that's better. But what else can I do? So I got out my old journaling pen. I think Stampin' Up! Still sells these. And I drew everywhere there was white. So I am now sort of doing the Zen doodle. Really easy to do. Any pen I'm sure would work. And I actually really like that. I enjoyed the actual process, and I thought it added just the right touch. Now, I don't know if this one or the last card that I have done is my favorite, but I do ask you, you tell me 1 through 5, which one's your favorite. I won't take it personally if you don't like them, or if you do like them, or if you can't decide. But if you want to, just something fun to do, comment below. Okay, so again, I'm cutting a circle from that Calypso Coral. I think this was the actual one that I used as a stencil. So I am removing all the inner laser cuts. And once I have all of that removed, I shall use the negative side, or the circle, and I shall make a shaker card. So again, this adhesive, super sticky. I had to cut it down. It was obnoxious, actually, how sticky it was. And it wouldn't even come up off the sheet very well. But that's okay, because we all have scissors, right? I shouldn't complain. Okay, so I'm putting pieces of that adhesive all around the square of the circle. Now I'm putting some glimmer paper on a card base that's Whisper White card base right there. And I cut it down to 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, I believe. And now I'm removing the release paper on my circle, and I'll be adhering some window sheet. A piece of plastic would work, packaging, that sort of thing would work, whatever you got. So these are the foam adhesive strips that we have in the catalog. But if you actually have, I think we got shaker cards a couple of paper pumpkins ago, so you might have 1 or 2 left over. Perfect opportunity to use up some of those bits and pieces. If not, you can double up on your dimensionals. That gives the exact same height. And I believe this sequin mix is from a paper pumpkin that we had a while ago. It might be from a kit. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, because I'm a hoarder of these wonderful sequins and things, and I just like to have sparkly things around me. So I made a pile of the sequins and stars, and I am putting now the front piece to my shaker card, and there we go. Give it a shake, make sure all the bits are moving. So now I'm moving on to the embellishments. I have again my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I am stamping 6 of the butterflies that come with cutouts, or die cuts I should say. And I've punched them all out, and now I'm just using my alcohol markers in a variety of colors. I couldn't even tell you. It looks like I got some yellow and some Calypso Coral and some pink. I just, had some fun. I had some fun coloring. And the reason why I use Memento is because it is an alcohol-friendly ink. So some of our Stampin' Up! Colors, our inks are also alcohol friendly, but you have to test them. And I know Memento works. And butterflies have a little bit of black in them, I think. I don't know if we actually, I don't know what kind of butterflies these are. These are make-believe fun butterflies from my imagination. So they're come in every different color, and yes, they are outlined in black. So I used the banner to stamp the happy birthday, and some just some bling, a little bit of rhinestones. And here is the still of my square shaker card. I mean, I can't get enough of destroying these lovely cards. This is like the third card now that I'm destroying the inside guts. But this time I'm also destroying a little bit of the lemon lime twist frames that actually had leaves on them. And you can see right here that I am actually, even though the leaf was sort of a part of the frame, I'm cutting it to be a leaf shape. So I looked around for a circle thing, and because I thought, well, maybe people don't have big shots. I shouldn't go ahead and use a big shot if maybe you don't have a big shot. So I just drew a circle, and you can use anything, traced a circle, and now I am fussy cutting the circle out. And it doesn't take much talent at all. Once you, if there's a pencil line in there, you just follow that pencil line. So I'm also drawing sort of like an eye shape or a fish shape, I guess. I don't know. And it's going to be a vase. And that is the Dazzling Diamonds glitter paper. All right, so, and then this was another die cut that came in the kit. And I didn't want to show you all the bits and pieces. I actually did want to show you all the bits and pieces that came in this kit, but my video was going to be too long, and it's already long enough. So I appreciate you hanging with me. So I have a piece of Whisper White thick card for my card base, and I'm going to adhere those little Peekaboo Peach strips. I think they're about 1/4 inch thick. And this is kind of like, I don't know, was inspired by kind of like a modern feel. Anything but Christmas is what I'm really going for here. I don't know if you're sick of making Christmas cards, but I started in October and I'm kind of done. So I'm happy to move on to springy type things and anything with flowers and butterflies and sparkle. So I'm adhering these down using my tweezers and just a little bit of a gap between. And then I put fast fuse on the back of that Dazzling Diamonds circle vase. And now I'm cutting sort of bits and pieces from those. They were the sponged die cuts or laser cuts, and just some extras that, you know, I cut and wrecked from the other cards. And yeah, I'm just adhering them to the back in a placement that I like. And the lemon lime twist leaves will come into play. I actually only used 2 out of the bunch, but yeah, it was kind of different. I've not done this kind of thing before. It was unique for me, different. Yeah, just adhering them where I like them. Then I put dimensionals all over the back, and I use the mini dimensionals on the leaves and the big dimensionals on the vase. I didn't want anything to sort of get crushed. Now here's a question for you. I actually made a bow with that the berry burst ribbon, and I actually put it on the vase, and then for the pictures I took it off and I put it on the peekaboo stripes. So I'm now actually watching this video, and I thought it looked really good on the vase, and I don't know why I moved it. So you tell me, should I move the bow back to the vase? It's kind of cute. I don't know why I moved it in the first place, but I actually do like it on the stripes too. So you tell me. You let me know. Move it back or keep it the same as the picture. And here's the picture. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I wanted it to actually look like a vase. Maybe that's why I did that. I don't know. Okay, still wrecking the cards, cutting out bits and pieces. And I have the card base, the Sahara Sand card base now that came in the kit, and I am putting more of that 3M adhesive along the outside of the frame. And again, I had trouble with it. I found that I had to cut into it. It just didn't pull up off the plastic well enough for me. All right, so now I'm going to take some of the Calypso coral flowers and I'm going to scatter them amongst the frame next to the Sahara Sand leaves. That 3M tape, it was difficult to work with because it's pretty sticky. It stuck to everything. And then I put the little whoopee thing there, the curly Q. So, and then I put some glue dots behind the leaves because I didn't want them flipping up in case they flipped up. And then this is the Dazzling Diamonds glitter paper. And I didn't like the way that the two whites went, so I actually put some fast fuse on it. And this is a little piece of paper that came in the kit, so I'm just making it all one. Now you don't notice it from the inside. There's my little bit of OCD for you. Again, I am stamping 6 of the butterflies that came in the kit, or the stamp came in the kit, and this is just a piece of scrap Whisper White. I'm coloring with light Daffodil Delight, and then I go in with my dark Pumpkin Pie, and then I will blend with my light Daffodil Delight. So there's a little quick lesson on how you can use your art alcohol markers. Stampin' Up now sells them. They're called blends. I have the entire set because I have full set syndrome. I don't know if any of you do, but yeah, I can't just buy 1 or 2 markers. I have to get them all. I need all the colors and all the things, don't you know? So I am putting some glue dots on the back of my little prettily colored butterflies, and these are true monarch butterflies, I would say. They're not just from my imagination. All right, and then just because the memento is out there and I like black sentiments, I decided to use the thank you sentiment on that banner piece. With dimensional adhesive, I had to add, that actually comes from my stash. It did not come in the kit. Then I wanted just to flip up that little butterfly, and it decided to take a little, flight. I caught him though. And then a little bit of rhinestones, just 2 rhinestones. The rhinestones did not come in the kit, but I'm trying to use them up. So there's my next card. I think that's like, what, 4, 3? I can't remember now. It's too close to Christmas. My brain is fuzzy. Okay, so this is the last one. So I have a love affair with number 1 and number 5. Wondering what you guys think. Okay, so this is a piece of Whisper White thin cardstock, and I'm doing my favorite trick. I'm using Lemon Lime Twist and Tranquil Tide. Lemon Lime Twist, I'm inking up fully on the stamp, and then I'm daubing on Tranquil Tide in a random fashion all over the card front. And I have a little absorber cloth in a dish off to the side, and I keep on going off to the side to clean. So I am also using Tranquil Tide and Berry Burst for my flowers. So that's how I do it. Just tap the stem in the Tranquil Tide and then sponge on the Berry Burst. So you get a 2-tone stamp, really easy to do. So and those were just random stamped as well. I like doing that when you have little images, and this stamp set was really nice. You got a couple of different little random images. I'm glad they didn't do a whole bunch of extra Christmas stuff. Can you tell? I'm a little burnt out with the Christmas. All right, so I'm using Sahara Sand ink, and there was this little curly Q stamp that I really liked. I like little stamps. I like doing this. So I stamped that random all over the place. By the way, at this point, I had no idea what I was going to do with this card. So after taking a closer look, I'm like, well, maybe I'll just take my Wink of Stella and dip it into the ink and color my little flowers. So that's exactly what I did. And if you do this, so this is like a full Wink of Stella. It's not, it doesn't have any water in it, anything like that. So if you want to use them as an aqua painter, you certainly can. Just make sure to wipe off the nib there, and you're not going to contaminate anything, but wipe it off with a tissue or something. Okay, so I stamped 5 butterflies with Berry Burst, and then this is Peekaboo Peach. And again, I'm using the Wink of Stella like an aqua painter, and I'm coloring my butterflies all the same color. I don't want to introduce a ton of different colors with this card. It's already sort of two-tone. It's got a lot of play already. Really like the design of this sort of random stamping card. So yeah, the number 1 and number 5 are my faves. So I cut some pieces down. So the Whisper White piece goes on top of a Sahara Sand piece. The Sahara Sand was the back part of the card in the kit. And I stamped Thank You in Berry Burst. And now I'm adding my own card base, which was Whisper White Thick. And I love doing very thin borders. I just think that it's, I don't know, it's just more me. Maybe it's that I wish that I was thin. That might be it. Certainly not going to happen before Christmas, let me tell you. Every one of my clients is bringing me cookies or like chocolates, and I love them for it. But seriously, I don't need any more help. Okay. I got some Dazzling Diamonds glitter paper. I have my thank you sentiment banner, and I don't know why, but I'm not doing a whole bunch of the fishtail banners. I'm kind of doing pointy banners instead. I'm on a kick. Dimensional adhesive on the back, placing that where I think it looks good. Right there. Cutting off the excess, and then I will fold the butterflies in half, and just with glue dots. Glue dots came in the kit. I just have a tendency to use the glue dots from my stash because they're easier to get off. I don't have to peel the backing off, and for video, every minute counts. All right, and then I am just adhering a whole bunch of butterflies to the card randomly, or trying to make it look random. And then I think that's it. This is all the cards that I have for you today. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you next month with another installment of Paper Pumpkin Alternatives. Oh, and I put some rhinestones there. Anyway, I hope y'all have a nice Christmas, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. On screen are 2 more videos for inspiration. Click on the maple leaf to visit my website, or click on me to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching.